Welcome back, everybody. Let's get after it.
Alright.
Two 13-year-old boys have handed themselves in to police over that massive inferno that tore through an abandoned heritage-listed building in Sydney's CBD. Police believe 3 other boys may have been involved and are calling for them to come forward with their parents.
The two 13-year-old boys handed themselves in separately to King's Cross and Paddington Police Station last night, but there are another 3 or 4 likely to be involved. Police are treating this as an arson attack, but no charges have been laid at this stage.
The crews worked very hard in the early stages to contain the fire. They were able to stop it from spreading to other adjoining apartment buildings that surrounded the area. There was extensive damage to the 2 buildings that were involved in the fire, and that resulted in significant structural collapse. It is quite challenging to extinguish the remaining pockets of fire because of all the collapsed debris.
This is after the fire took hold at around 4 p.m. yesterday, and it was just remarkable to see this blaze take hold and watch the building peel away and collapse as embers went flying and black smoke engulfed the city. There was also 15 homeless people believed to have been staying in the building the night before. They have now accounted for all but 2 of those people, so they are desperately trying to ensure that they are safe. We did speak to a witness this morning who says he witnessed the school students exiting the building as the smoke started to take hold.
I saw about 3 or 4 high school kids about this high running out from those one of those doors of that building. I have no idea how many still inside the building when the building already on heavy fire. They're running out and really like frightened. And when I'm walking up, they're almost like running to.
Those boys are lucky that they're not in the United States. With 2 people unaccounted for, the way things have been here in the U.S. lately, they would just assume the worst and try those kids as adults, and they'd be screwed for the rest of their life. Man, you could almost hear the insurance premiums going up whenever it was raining hell down on those cars. You know, every one of these videos, it makes it seem more and more like we're in end times because these storms just seem to get crazier and crazier. We're seeing stuff that before you'd never even heard talked about. It looked like it was raining sheets of ice. So I actually Googled to see if I could try to find the meteor that was being shown in the video there, and from what I could find, it looks like this photo might be the actual landing site of that meteor that was in the video. It's awesome to have that many different angles of something like that, though. It's fascinating.
Now, hold on. First and foremost, what the bro? I don't even want to touch it. I'm bugging.
You are bugging. It's funny to see videos like this of people freaking out over things that the only purpose the video serves is to show that they've never prepared their own chicken for a meal before.
Elon Musk's Neuralink has just been approved for inhuman clinical studies. If you want me to be honest, this news terrifies me. And yes, it will do some good. I mean, some of the main reasons is to cure obesity, depression, schizophrenia, and even help paralyzed people walk again. I'm afraid it could do more damage than good. I mean, you can literally download any type of information to your brain. Would schools even exist? I mean, how many people are going to lose their jobs because of this? And I'm sure they're going to place some type of restriction so this stuff doesn't actually happen. But some of the things they said could happen in the future is being able to communicate with each other without even saying a word. We will be directly connected to the devices that we use every single day so we can control them telepathically. There's a million things running through my head that could possibly happen in this world if everyone had a Neuralink implanted in their head. I'm even hearing conspiracies that this is officially the mark of the beast. I don't know about all that, but do you guys think this is going to do more good for the world, or is this the beginning of the...
What really sucks about this Neuralink thing is I'll never be able to trust that thing enough to get one, which means I'll be the only dummy walking around with a regular human brain. Everyone else is going to be way smarter than me, but at least all my thoughts will be my own thoughts. These slip-ups are getting kind of crazy. I wonder how many astronauts retire early out of embarrassment because they were in one of these videos.
Crazy Mandela effects that'll make you question reality. Number one is the Ford logo. Now this one's kind of small, but do you remember the little curl at the end of the F in the Ford logo? If you don't, chances are you're not alone. Most people don't remember that there actually is a little curl at the end. Number two is the color chartreuse. Now which color is chartreuse? Is it a pink magenta or is it a lime kind of yellow? And the right answer is it's actually that green/lime/yellow, but a lot of people remember it being a pink/magenta. Number three is the Mona Lisa. So here's one real picture and here's one fake. And what we're looking at is her smile. Is she smiling in the real one or does she not smile in the real one? And the answer is she does not smile in the real one, but so many people think that she actually does. Number four is Skechers. How do you spell Skechers? Is it Skechers with a T or does it not have a T? And the
without a
correct
T.
answer is it's Skechers without a T, but so many people think there's a T.
None of those were Mandela effects to me, but I know they don't all affect everyone. Leave me a comment if any of those got you, because it all looked like the same stuff it's always been to me.
A man has been arrested after he allegedly opened a plane door while that plane was still in the air. The Asiana Airlines plane was just about 3 minutes from landing. It was some 700 feet in the air when that door was opened. The plane did land at the airport. This was southeast of Seoul. Officials say 12 people suffered minor injuries from hyperventilation.
You're going to think I'm crazy, but that one actually lowers my anxiety a little bit because I've seen so many movies where they, get a bullet hole in the cabin or someone opens the door or something and everything starts getting sucked out and there's no oxygen and it's presented as imminent doom. It's pretty good to know that if I ever end up on a plane with a crazy and the door ends up getting opened, I have a chance of making it. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, I make a new one just like it every single day. It'd be awesome if you'd subscribe and come back to join me tomorrow.
There is this crazy conspiracy that Kanye has been exchanged for another version body double, lookalike, or clone. His eyebrows look different to me, along with his hairline, gray hair, body posture, including height, walking style, dressing, and body language doesn't match either. Kanye is influential, so whatever are the plans for him is to direct the public in a certain way, including his brand, which generates huge profits.
She literally just described a man who is aging. He's put on a little bit of weight and he's gotten a little bit older than some of those earlier photos. That's the only difference that I can see. But she literally says, oh, his eyebrows are different. He's got gray hair. He's just aging.
We want to move to a cashless society, which would basically mean the Federal Reserve, Treasury Department would have supervisory jurisdiction over all of your transactions. And so they would know what you're doing. And I think when you see that from a privacy perspective, very, very concerning. But then when you see what else is all going on in our economy, they're trying to do things like ESG. They want to impose ideology through the economy. And so what will end up happening with the central bank digital currency, all those views are going to be superimposed. And so it'll be such a situation. You're filling up too much tank of gas. Wait a minute. Climate change. You can't be doing that. You can't be buying. You bought another firearm? No, no, no.
If you aren't paying attention to this, you need to wake up. No matter what your politics are, no matter what you think of that man, I don't have the greatest opinion of him myself. You need to listen to him because what he's speaking is the truth. And it's going to come for all of us if we don't stop it.
2008, a beach in Jamaica was stolen. Entire truckloads of sand went missing and they never returned. Jamaica's mines commissioner at the time suspected that government officials were involved. 15 years later, the mystery is still unsolved.
But there are locals that are reporting truckloads that are still running in the night. I'm just gonna camp out with one of those locals, like to try to follow these trucks.
Hello, have you heard of Coral Springs Beach?
Yep.
You have?
Let me be honest with you, I don't trust anyone. We don't deal with those people.
Sorry, what people?
The feminine people, we don't deal with them.
He's hung up.
Anyways, here's what we know. The stolen beach wasn't a tourist spot. These locals say that sand theft happens frequently, just not this much of it. It's not just Jamaica. Around the world, sand is going missing. Indonesia even started losing some of their entire islands. Using excavators and trucks, the sand was worth about $1 million. Which leaves the question, where do you hide hundreds of tons of sand?
Inside of concrete? I'm going to guess that a lot of it is going to be used for concrete. I do a lot of concrete work for artificial stones, artificial rock, that sort of thing. Doing that as a hobby, I go through a lot of sand. It cost me about $35 to fill up my truck bed on my Ram. But if I go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy a small 40-pound bag of sand, it's going to run me anywhere from $5 to $7 a bag. I've seen a 50-pound bag go for over $9. There's clearly a lot of money to be made in sand for a product that's free that you could just scoop right up off the ground.
Robotic is an autonomous robot that has been created to do the arduous task of cleaning public toilets. It uses a VR simulation of the bathroom to show the robot where to spray and wipe chemicals. The robot will clean a restroom, then go to recharge and refill chemicals as needed, and can even open doors and ride the elevator to get around buildings.
This one doesn't bother me at all. Of all of the things I've seen robots being trained to take over jobs for, I think this one right here is a great idea. I've never seen a man or a woman who was happy about having to go clean a toilet. And actually, whenever I lived in Mississippi years ago, I worked for a company managing a cleanup crew inside of Cooper Tire, a tire manufacturing plant. I had a crew of about 8 to 10 people on any given day that would work day shift, and then a crew of 8 to 10 people, depending on who called out, working night shift. And you can't train people well enough to have them care enough to clean a bathroom properly. If they're not the ones using it, they don't care what it looks like. A robot's going to do a better job. Boss, I need the rest of the day off. I need to go home and clean myself.
What the hell is that? Did you see that?
Going around. Seems like going.
What the f is that?
I can actually explain this one to you. I've seen this before. A buddy of mine has one of those 360 cameras. We were playing with it at work one day, and he pointed it up at a cloud, and that right there is what it looked like. So if you've ever seen the videos of people that look like they're walking around with a selfie stick above their head, and it looks like they're walking on a small planet, it's a camera like that. It's just pointed up at a cloud, and I don't know if they're using some infrared setting on the camera or something to get that hot spot in the cloud to show up better, but that's what's going on.
Never heard about the mighty atom? No. This guy, 130 pounds, strongest man in the world. People go, yeah, right. 12 pennies, he'll bite in half, bite straight through. What's this? Just bending nails with his teeth. It bites through. Look. What the f? Whoa. He bit through nails, broke chains, and held down an airplane with his hair.
It's impossible what he's doing. You give him a horseshoe, and he says, what form you want to have it? The question mark, he goes like, he says he becomes one with it.
He's assaulted by 6 men, sent them all to the hospital. Single-handedly beat up 20 sympathizers. Wow.
Hey, no smoking, no alcohol, no squandering your life, nights by playing cards in stuffy rooms.
That dude's voice is awesome. That's just a prime example of what the human body is capable of if the mind truly believes that it is capable of doing what it sets out to do.
So try to fix it, babe.
I mean, there's not. I'm trying. See, I don't know, just type in 666 again.
I need you here for some days. From the lenses of your father's
It won't.
Let's turn on the light.
Anything else?
Hey, will you turn on the light? Oh, there we go. Never mind. Turn around.
Okay, I can't push anything. No, we gotta just turn off.
If it comes back on its own, then what?
Just give it a second.
I didn't know you could get a stove with a built-in air fryer. That's pretty cool. I wonder if that thing's a GE, because my microwave is, and it does the same shit. It'll just randomly stop responding to anything. You'll push a button and it just says zeros across it. And then you have to unplug it, count to 10, and plug it back in, and then it works fine for another 3 or 4 months, and then it'll mess up again. Yeah, I think that's all that's going on. It's just it needs to be unplugged and plugged back in. I always wondered what was in those little brown spots that makes the part of the banana taste so damn good. I'm not going to quit eating the brown banana. Everything that you eat's got something crawling on it. It's just microscopic. If you could see it, you wouldn't want to eat it, but you can't see it because it's microscopic. You're going to have to eat it anyway. I'm sure you got those things crawling around on your lips right now.
Yeah.
Orcas are attacking and sinking boats off the coast of southern Spain. This video showing a killer whale slamming into a sailboat, damaging the rudder and tearing a hole in the bottom. Spanish authorities towed the ship back to port.
If they were really trying to take a boat down, they would be hitting it harder. They would be hitting it in a more concerted effort. And the other thing that really makes me feel that it's more of a plaything with the boat is that when the boats have become completely disabled by sinking, something like that, then people are transferred to smaller boats. The whales leave. They don't continue their interaction with the second vessel.
She sounds like she's probably right. Her logic there makes sense. Yet another great reason to stay out of the ocean.
No se mueva.
No. Vete, dígame, ven, hey. Te mordió, te está mordiendo. Ven, Otto.
Vente caminando ya.
That was probably one of the most terrifying videos I've had on the channel so far as someone being in actual real danger goes. Man, people, don't get so close to wild animals like that. That could have ended bad. That could have been really, really bad. Man, that girl's a lot braver than me, though. I would have been standing there giving that bear something to smell, and instead she's taking selfies with it.
And follow what I'm going to tell you.
There are two kinds of law on the earth, as I've said. One is called civil law, which is the law of the land, and one is called maritime admiralty, which is called the law of water. Maritime admiralty is banking law, and the law on the maritime admiralty says that you, because you came out of your mother's water, are a maritime admiralty product. This is why the ship is sitting in its berth and it's tied to the dock, and the captain has to give a certificate of manifest to the port authority because money is changing hands. This is why when you were born, you have to have a birth certificate. It's got to be signed by the dock, because that's where the ship is tied to, is the dock. So the dock signs your birth certificate.
This all sounds like there might be something to it, but at the same time, it also sounds like it's starting to get into the murky waters of that sovereign citizen movement where all the crazies live. What you guys tell me what you think on this one? Is there some truth to what this guy's saying? And if so, can you point me in the direction of something that I can look up to verify it? Thank you in advance.
Stop! 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 하나야 김장 알바상 하나야.
Man, you know that guy can feel that up there, swaying back and forth on the top of that crane. I don't know. Don't know what he's thinking.
You've probably heard a lot of conspiracy theories about Beyonce, but the biggest one is that all these rumors are her fault because she's a beautiful, pathological liar. The first theory is that she faked her pregnancy with Blue Ivy, allegedly using a surrogate and committing to using a fake pregnancy bump. This video of Beyonce sitting down for an interview and her fake baby bump folding seemingly confirmed the rumor for people, because why would her whole belly fold? Real baby bumps don't do that.
Beyonce is faking her baby bump after
she's either giving birth to a frisbee or Stewie from Family Guy.
The second conspiracy that people think Beyonce is lying about is that she lied about being younger so she could have a prolonged career and reach a younger audience. This secret was kept tight-lipped by NDAs, but people slip up, like her own dad. Like when in an interview he was comparing Pink, Usher, and Beyonce because they were all born within the same year, not 2 years after. Or when Gabrielle Union slipped up and said in an interview that her and Beyonce have been friends since they were both teenagers at the same time. Huh? Or for Beyonce's alleged 38th birthday, her mom posted the wrong age, saying she's 39 on Instagram, and then had to edit it to 38 because they can't keep the lie straight. Or when Good Morning America host Bianna Golodriga said that her and Beyonce went to high school together for at least 2 years.
I remember her passing through the hallways, and so for 2 years, I didn't even make the connection that she went to my high school.
I could see all this being true. I don't even feel like it's a conspiracy. I feel like it's common knowledge that she faked her pregnancy, but can you really blame her with the industry that she's in? If I were in her shoes, I was some celebrity and I wanted to have a family, but I also didn't want to jeopardize my career, I would go with a surrogate. I wouldn't lie about it. For whatever reason they decided to lie, that part's kind of shady, but I don't see a problem with what she's doing. I don't see a problem with her lying about her age either. If she can pull it off and she can play the part, more power to her. Fellas, you got to keep your snake clean. I don't know for certain, but that looked like octopus tentacles. And if I'm not mistaken, octopus tentacles each have their own brain, which may explain why they're flopping around like that. They may still, in some sense, still be alive, which is pretty disheartening. But yeah, I believe that's what's going on there. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I put some good clips together for you guys. And I hope you come back to join me again tomorrow. Don't forget to click like and share and help me grow the channel. I sure appreciate everything that you guys have done. I appreciate all the subscribers, and I love reading you guys' comments. And I will see you tomorrow in the next one. See you tomorrow.